Climate change is real.
Climate change is real.
Climate change is real.
Climate change is real.
The youth are rising. No more compromising. Tax the rich for every cent. For the renewables 100%. Tax the rich for every cent.
We're spending $600 million for a gas-fired power station to operate 2% of the time. And Angus Taylor, the Energy Minister, reckons we need to do it to make sure that the electricity network's viable and it's going to drive down electricity prices. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
We want to support the students in their action that they're taking. We fully support it. We fully support their demands. And it's the right thing to do. This is their future that they're fighting for, and we should be all supporting them.
We're marching because we want to bring awareness to the climate injustice that is happening, and because no one is going to do this if we aren't. So we're taking time out of our school lives, out of our learning, to try and defend our planet and make sure that we and our children can actually have some lives where we do something.
If our votes can't be heard, our voices will be.
As I stand up here and I look around and I see the vast support of our youth coming through, it makes me proud as a First Nation man. My heart lies in Gomeroi country. It always has, it always will be. And our beautiful fauna, our beautiful river systems and our underground resources and our rich soil is something that is at risk of being lost due to the incompetence of governments that we've had. Now that's shame. That decision to operationalise that $600 million project in relation to the Kurri Kurri gas-fired power plant was not a surprise. It speaks to the logic of what the Liberal government has been operationalised both here in the state and more federally more widely. And I'm actually really disheartened by it as well, because we have infrastructure needs for our rural communities. We have needs like the community of Walgett. Last year they had no running tap water, but we could turn around and invest $600 million of state-funded money into a gas-fired power plant, but can't put that money towards the infrastructure to get fresh running water out there into our small rural and remote communities throughout New South Wales.
So the Kurri Kurri plant, $600 million is just absolutely being wasted. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. It doesn't stack up. It's quite clear that we don't need any further gas peaking stations in this country. That money should be spent in offshore wind, onshore wind, in solar, in hydrogen, in emerging technologies, and that's where the real jobs are. Real jobs for workers, and we've got to make sure that the government get off their arse and stop bullshitting the people about this process and actually show some leadership in this space like countries right around the world have been doing. They've been looking after their workers and they've been allowing them to just transition, whether that be through salary maintenance, whether it be through upskilling and training. That's all been funded by the government. And rather than put $600 million into a gas peaking station that's going to be used 2% of the time each year is an absolute crop.
I think it's really important that we need to preserve our climate, and the road that our politicians are going down, it's really destructive, and it's not even economically viable to keep going down the road of coal. So that's why I'm protesting today.
We shouldn't have to be here. We should be in school. It is time to transition the economy and communities to 100% renewable energy by 2030. There is no climate justice without justice for First Nations people. Public money should be used to fund Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander-led solutions that guarantee land rights and care for country. Public money should be used to fund projects that transition our economy and communities to 100% renewable energy by 2030 through expanded public ownership.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
She is just so passionate about everything she does and just really bringing action that other people aren't strong enough to come out and say.
She's inspiring so many children across the globe to follow in her footsteps.
Yeah, she's a real role model. Absolutely amazing.
Was it hard to get away from school today?
A little bit, yeah.
A little.
What did you have to do?
Lie to parents.
Some parents aren't very keen on their children defending the environment.
I don't think the school is particularly keen on it either. But it makes a point if you really show that this is really way more important than our schoolwork. It's not we're going to go regardless of what they say and what they try to do to stop us. I don't care if my
getting interested in this because we've realized that we have to make a change now because no one is going to do it for us.